Thank you. I want to try to be a little professorial and put this into context for you, because there's no question that the motor vehicle tax...
Speak right into the...
I'm sorry, is this better? There's no question that the motor vehicle tax is unfair, it's inequitable, it's part of a much bigger problem. Rhode Island's dependence upon property tax is one of the highest in the country. But this is not really about Pawtucket, it's about a much bigger issue. It's about a failure of leadership from the governor and from the legislature to deal with probably the most pressing tax issue affecting working families, and that's the car tax. And, you know, the car tax really started in this building 18 years ago. Remember Tony Paris when he represented you?
Right.
Well, Tony was a legislator responsible for passing legislation to phase out the car tax. And that was 18 years ago. It was 2 decades ago. And we did a pretty good job. Before the Great Recession, there was a $6,000 exemption. And while that didn't phase out the tax completely, it really helped working families. And with the Great Recession, and I was part of the problem, I worked with the chair at the time, there was no money. So the $6,000 exemption was reduced to a mandatory $500 exemption. And what happened is the state had the money, so they were passing the buck back to localities. And one thing that needs to be very clear today, the problem is not in this building. And the problem is not in Providence City Hall, it's not in Central Falls City Hall, it's not in Woonsocket City. The problem is at the State House. And so let's be very clear about that. So the $6,000 exemption was pushed back to $500. And the application, this is really where it gets very muggy. The application wasn't fair, because there were 7 wealthy communities in the state that kept the $6,000 exemption. They could have afforded to keep the exemption of $6,000. I live in one of those communities. And so the change in the legislation had no effect on me and my wife or family. But it had a tremendous impact on everybody else outside of those 7 communities. We ended up with a patchwork system where the tax rates vary from $9, almost $10 in Block Island, to $60 in Providence, $53 in Pawtucket. Exemptions were all over the place, and they continue to be all over the place. There were 7 communities with the $6,000 exemption. There were several with $500,000, $2,000. And so as a result, and this is the bottom line, and as an economist, if I own a $10,000 car in Providence, I pay a $480 tax on that car. If I own that same car in my town, I pay a $94 tax. And that's wrong. You just don't tax people that have the same ad valorem value that differently, period. And so we have a tax system that has discriminated against the poor in the urban communities. It's regressive. We're taxing at a very high rate the transportation of people who are dependent upon old cars generally to get back and forth to work. We're treating taxpayers in the same situations differently. There are administrative questions about how you value the tax. And so it's just violates every rule of fair, best practice, efficient taxation. And so when this issue is brought up before the governor and the legislature, they all give lip service to it. If you went up to the governor's office today, she would tell you she's for cutting the car tax. And now that Mattiello has a tough election campaign, he all of a sudden has got religion, he's for cutting the car tax. And they say, well, if it's affordable, we'll do it. Well, let me tell you what's happened in this state the last 4 or 5 years, because the affordability issue is a matter of choice. It's not a matter of economics. We've instituted corporate welfare. Thomas Rhode Island, in its first 18 months of existence, has given out about $50 million in corporate welfare. We've cut other taxes, and I agree with a lot of those cuts. I've cut taxes that pensions and Social Security pay. We've cut certain business taxes, took the tax off the utility, sales tax off utilities that businesses pay. All good things, but the point is somehow we did what we wanted to do, and not what we have to do. So I really welcome you. I hope this starts a statewide conversation that's meaningful about really fixing the car tax. But it's not about Pawtucket. It's not about Providence. It's about the entire state. So thank you, David.